not sure who this is for, but what is it costing you to not make a decision about your relationships right now? What is it costing you spending so much time on repetitive tasks in your business when somebody else could be doing it for you, or it could be automated? What is it costing you, or what will it cost you if you don't do what you need to do to improve the quality of your relationships? What is it going to cost you long term if you end up filing for divorce? If you end up falling out with your children because your children don't want to have anything to do with you because you've been so busy working so hard, only to miss out on the most important relationships in your life? What is it costing you to be so invested in strangers and your family is like they're on the back burner? Many of us sometimes make this mistake of taking for granted the people that we are given. We take for granted our family, the blessing of family. Some of us don't realize that while you're busy chasing something out there, the people that matter most to you are also walking away from you really slowly. So this is one of the things, right? Is to make a decision, is to reassess. When I'm doing my coaching, I always ask my clients, what is the most important thing for you right now in this season in your life? Who are the most important people? What is your support structure? Because understanding your support structure is like, it's non-negotiable. Who are the people that you have to make sure you are making time for them? It's easy to take people for granted, especially these nice people, but some of us have realized as you do life that you have to change your standards, you have to level up. You have to upgrade your relationships, you have to upgrade your standards. Because otherwise you have people in your life who are just placeholders. They're taking up space. You are not investing in them. They're not investing in you. Or you could be the one investing in them, but they're not investing in you. They're just placeholders. You see, in 2024, we can't play, right? You have to decide that this is not the life I want to live anymore. And so you have to make certain decisions. Because going back to that important question, what is it costing your mother-daughter relationship to continue living your life the way it is? The way you're working hard, you're stressed out, you're trading time for money. What is it costing you? Now and in the future, who's going to be there for you, or who's going to plan your care when you are perhaps weak and vulnerable? Because yes, you may have the money, you've done the business, you've done really well, but can you trust the people who didn't have a great relationship with you to manage your finances well? Because there's something special about family. When it's two-way, of course, and I'm not saying that all family members want to build a healthy relationship with us. Sometimes some family members have decided, I don't care, and they go their own way. And all you can do is love them from a distance. That's the best you can do. Even if you're a person of faith, just love those people from a distance. Pray for them. And believe that God will touch their hearts to heal your relationship. It could be your children, it could be your parents, it could be your siblings. But you know what reality is at the end of the day? It's family that are going to be there. It is family that's going to have to sort out any mess that you leave behind. So, not to sound too grim, I want to talk about now. Life is to be enjoyed. The book of John 10:10 says in the Bible, Jesus said, I have come that you may have life and life more abundantly. Jesus came to help us, to empower us to live your best life here and now. Jesus also came to teach us how to connect with people, how to love people, how to forgive people, and more importantly, to forgive yourself. You have to learn to forgive yourself. If you're going to build a personal brand, which is, by the way, a great way for you to reinvent your life, rebuild your life, redesign your life, create your personal brand. Decide, take some time and do an audit. What you're good at, what are your strengths and weaknesses. Give it some time and don't rush this process. This is something that I do on a regular basis where I reassess where I am, like what matters to me now, what needs to change now. Because there's some things I used to do that I don't need to be doing now. Because you see, you don't even have to wait until you get to a certain age. And if you are at a certain age, you're over 40 or 50, this is a great time to start over. I kid you not. And you can start from a place of power and strength. By number one of the important things to do is to heal your inner child. A lot of people will tell you about that. That you cannot ignore your trauma and just overlook it. Because trauma keeps you small. Trauma affects your worldview. Trauma makes you think other people are better than you. Trauma makes you feel like you're not welcome, that you are not acceptable, that you don't fit in, that you don't belong. That is not true. You belong wherever your opportunities are, wherever you choose, this is where I fit, this is where I want to be. So you can decide, I want to be a high value woman, I want to be a high value man. What do you need to start doing? What are your priorities now, right? That is what personal branding is. That's the beauty of that, giving yourself permission, freedom to redesign your life. And here comes another side to it. To support this new version of you is create a lifestyle business. Even if you have no experience, don't freak out and think, oh, I don't have any experience, because you're comparing yourself with others. You're like, oh, no. You are amazing the way you are, especially if you're over 40. You've got some life stories. You've got some things that you have learned about life. From your perspective, it will blow so many people away. They'll be like, wow, I never saw it like that. You are a gem and a treasure. So you have to give yourself some time, even this week. Because you realize, you know what? It's up to me to change the direction of my life. I remember sometimes where I used to feel like, what can I really do? This is all I'm trained to do. I worked in healthcare at the time. And I remember, just part of my story, I've lived my own adventure in my own way. But I remember working in the critical care department in one of the hospitals in the United Kingdom. And I remember saying to myself, is this all my life is? Is this all I'm going to do? Don't get me wrong, it was exciting. I learned to think on my feet. I learned to work in organized chaos. And a lot of people will even now say it's an intimidating department to work in. But that's one of the things I chose earlier on in my healthcare career, that I don't want to be intimidated. Because I'd already experienced some things in my own childhood that I didn't want to live a life where I was intimidated. Never again. I decided no way. So, what is it going to cost your health if you keep working long hours? If you are stressed out, you're anxious, you don't like going to work, you're dealing with all these negative emotions, you're living with them, they've become like permanent fixtures in your life. What is it costing you? What is it costing you to not feel a sense of value, of noticing that you are made in the image of God, you have intrinsic value? Perhaps you've been conditioned to feel a certain way. That's the world we live in. And we have to unlearn some of the things that we have learned growing up. We have to unlearn some of the ideologies that don't work, that are not sustainable. We have to unlearn our own self-imposed limitations. Because it's not even what other people impose on us, it's what you agree to, right? There is power in agreement, that you cannot agree with what everybody else agrees with. You have to decide, you know what, I'm unique, I'm different. We may even have a similar cultural background, but I'm completely different. We're not the same. And that's not alienating anybody else. That's not you being rebellious. It's just you deciding, I want something different from my life. Because some people will be like, just hang out with you and you want to go for gold, you want to work hard, and they start getting upset and you're not spending quality time with them. They don't want what you want. What's it costing you to spend so much time on the phone with people who have no dreams? They have no desires to make life better. They've experienced so much negativity in their life, but they've decided to settle. What is it costing you? What is it costing you to waste time in a place you're not happy? What is it costing you to accept how a narcissistic relationship is in your life right now? Because you see, whatever you accept and whatever you settle for, whatever you allow, will only get bigger and bigger because you're making room for it. And negativity has a way of sneaking up on you and becoming bigger than you planned. Yes, it was just a dating relationship. Before you know it, you start being manipulated into make a decision. Is this relationship going anywhere? And you're like, oh, well, he's not perfect, she's not perfect, but, I don't want to be lonely the rest of my life. So you accept, right? And then later on, you realize, my goodness, I was tricked into this. Maybe it could be a career. Yes, you get into this job, right? It solves a problem, but then it gets to a place where you need more. You want to do more, you want to accomplish more. You want to go on more holidays. You want to spend quality time with your elderly parents. You want to spend quality time with your children. But because you're not quite ready to decide and to do an audit, you start feeling like, well, maybe I'll just see. And you start postponing. And the more you postpone, remember this? Somebody said it this way. Wealth is not a mindset issue. It's a delay issue. The big money takers are people with a lot of energy, are people who take action. They take massive action. And I know you may hear some things and think it's cliche. That's why I started with a question. What is it costing you not making a decision? So my approach, I like to keep it simple. There is a way that, there are things you have to be doing on a regular basis. In my coaching program, one of the things that I do is I ask people, where do you want your life to be? You're not happy with where your life is, right? But what is more important is, where do you want to be? And what are the steps you will have to start taking to get there? And what is your time frame? These are the questions I ask my clients. And sometimes what I find, if somebody's not coachable and they've got all these different ideas in their mind, they fall back. Other times, people are like, you know what, I'm not quite ready yet. I need to sort this. And they allow other things to get in the way. Listen, this is what I want to encourage you. If you decide what your dream lifestyle looks like, what your ideal lifestyle looks like, you have to believe 130%, 180%, 200%, 300% that you can absolutely live that life. That will be your reality. And you can start acting that now. Not fake it till you make it, no. By being consistent, by developing your skill set, by changing some things about you that hold you back, by deciding I'm going to learn some people skills, by deciding I'm not entitled, I'm going to do my best, because somehow it's interesting in human nature. We don't value what comes too easy. So that's one side of the story. There's something about putting the work in. Watching this video, you're learning, you're thinking, and you're getting motivated, and you're getting ideas. You're feeling inspired, like, I need to take action. I need to do something different. What can I do to learn more about what Coach Meg is talking about? Because listen to this. If you don't take inspired action within 12 to 24 hours, that idea goes. And then tomorrow you start over again. So you're making the same mistake because you're not taking action. This is not in any manipulative way. This is just the reality of how it works. You can study all the people that you admire, that you think, wow, they've made an exceptional life for themselves. And sometimes even people you don't like, you're just like, I can't stand their courage. Isn't it like that in human nature? Yes. So what is it costing you to keep learning and not taking action? Because you can learn everything you need, but if you don't take action, you're still in the same place. Because you have to decide. There is nobody else who's going to do this for you. I remember in my own journey, I had to make some important changes. I'm always making important changes in my life. Because that's what life is about. It's always about growing. Always reaching for what's next for me. Not out there, for me, right? You decide, you know what, I'm going to take action. This is the time I need to take action, because you deserve better. You deserve the best. And I want to help as many people as possible. So one of the things I do, you can see on my, here on my YouTube, I've got online marketing coach. I want to help you to be more visible so more people can see you. But it's not even just about that. There's some ideas I have and they are unique for you. Generally, yes, marketing is the same across all industries. You have to be consistent. You have to be showing up, even if not in person. Yes? Where you decide if people are going to know about my services and my products, I have to show up. That's just how it is. It takes a while for people to get to know you. So you have to show up. You have to be around on a regular basis. So I've got something for you that will help you to start taking action now and to start living your ideal life. No excuses. To work through all that stuff that's holding you back. Because after all, why settle? Why settle? Why settle? Not in our internet age. Listen, if you have any questions, I have a link below somewhere. You can book a session with me. I do group coaching, I do one-to-one. Just depends on the package that you choose with my coaching. I want to help you to get to where you need to be faster. A coach helps you get to where you want to be faster. How much income do you want to see coming into your business? How much revenue do you want to see coming into your business? How many new clients do you want to book this week? How many new clients do you need to accomplish your income goals for this year? Think about it. How many clients do you need to get? How many people do you need to sign up? How many more people do you need to book for your services and your products? If you're a beauty business, how many customers do you need to be making? Because sometimes it's weird. You don't even think about it, right? You have to think about it. What do I want to generate? 6 figures this year? How many clients do I need to be booking every week? And how much time do I need to invest? Will I be the only one doing this work to earn this amount of money? How do I need to do this? So these are things you have to think about. And working with a coach helps you to brainstorm ideas and to also see some blind spots that you have, your own bias that could be holding you back. Some of my clients, even last week, I think 2 weeks ago, I was speaking with a potential client. And I said to them, because of your bias, change your brain to think differently. So please I gave them some instructions to do. And they were like, you are so right. Because that is good for us to change how we think. That is how we change our own mind, right? For good, of course. That's what I mean. Positive habits, yes? So listen, there's a link somewhere down below. Have a look, or it could be somewhere there. I'm not sure. And get in touch with me. Let's book a session. I've got a few places this week. And it will be first come, first serve. I'm not available for people who are not sure. You're like, I want to work with people who are ready. You're ready to take action. You're ready to start doing something different. You're ready to step back. You want to start rearranging how you spend your time with your family and for the relationships that matter to you. I look forward to see you on the next video, and I look forward to see your message. Bye for now.